ready.
Hello. Who are we speaking with?
We are the Council of Light.
And how are you?
I am well. We are well. We always are.
And are we speaking to the collective of the Council of Light or a specific energy being?
Collective at this time.
Okay. Do you have a message for the collective here?
We do. There are many things that are happening within your plane of existence. Many people are falling into a stream of consciousness of fear. Many people are also falling into a stream of consciousness of lack, of there not being enough, a fear of survival. We want to encourage the collective to be very well aware of their own fears and anxieties, understanding that everything is not what it seems. It is important that the collective understand that they are being fed illusions meant to keep them in a state of fear so that they release their sense of control or their sense of authority so that they may rely on others, you see. Many people within the collective are starting to understand. They're starting to understand the lies that they have been told. And for some, it is very hard. They find it sort of a conspiracy, you see, where it is nothing more than another illusion for them to lay their trust upon. Humanity must learn to utilize their own discernment. They must learn to recognize what vibrates well with them and what does not. Understanding that everyone's vibration is different, everyone's path is different, and what aligns one will not necessarily align the other. What this means is that if you, in your own essence, in your own vibratory range, align with one form or the other, then that is meant for you. Understanding and recognizing that there are others who align with that same vibratory form. And when you come together as a collective, as one, you create more of that, feeding more of that light and of that energy to that form, so that it therefore creates that form of existence. What planet Earth is currently going through is a destruction of illusions. The realities that they once knew, what they once held to, are slowly shattering. They are falling apart because the lie can no longer be held. The balances have sort of tipped. The scales have sort of tilted, you see. There are many more light workers on this planet, many more individuals who are becoming enlightened and awakened and coming to the understandings of who they are. Therefore, the scales have tipped. So as the fabrications and illusions come to an end, they come to a close, things can no longer be what they are. Therefore, they must change. It is very similar, you see, to what many readers often refer to as a tower moment. Everything must come down. Everything must break apart in order for stability and security to take root, and a new foundation must be built. This happens individually and collectively. Understanding that as an individual, the experiences that you currently have, the tower moments that you experience, is nothing more than change that must occur in order for evolution to continue. It is the same for the collective. There is more power in numbers than there is in individuality. So when individuals focus their attention and their awareness on the same purpose, on the same thing, it creates greater power. So at this time, our message for the collective is to truly discern for yourself what you align with and walk away from what you do not. Do not put your fear or your worry in that which does not align with you. See, humanity often feels that the way that they believe and the way that they align themselves is the right way, not understanding that all paths lead to the same destination. It does not mean that everyone must align to the same path. That is not how it works. For every path is a part of an evolution of the plan that they themselves have bequeathed themselves. We feel that many individuals often feel that in order to obtain oneness, that everyone must align the same. And that is not so. It is about learning to expand your understanding, learning to expand your consciousness, to see the bigger picture, to see the whole and not the one. If we are all truly interconnected, then we know that no matter what that person chooses, they will get to where they need to be in their own timing as they walk their path of life. But it's all a part of the same thing. You understand?
Yes.
So, as you go through your journey, as you go through your day, aligning to what feels whole, joyous, harmonious, and complete to you is how you should align. And as everyone else focuses on aligning the whole, more friction is created. The message has always been simple. Align to what brings you joy, what creates harmony in your life, and the things that you love. This has always been the message. But somehow, the message always gets misconstrued, misunderstood, when the message is purely simple. You are responsible for your own life. You decide for yourself the path that you choose. You are not responsible for the whole. You are not responsible for your neighbor or your family. You are responsible for you. And everyone Everyone must align with who they are. We understand that it can get confusing, that it can get exhausting, because this is a lot to take in. But know that no matter where you are, we are proud of where you are. For you are doing something that not many would choose to do. Understand that if you are here because you chose to be here, because you wanted to be a part of this great awakening on this planet, and to shift the narrative within this plane of existence. So do not focus on the fear-mongering that is currently going on throughout all of your existence, that only feeds to suppress you, to make you feel powerless, to make you feel as if you cannot create change. The truth is that you are the greatest change makers of this existence. You simply need to know and understand that you are. Try hard, my dears, to not focus on the future. Focus on today. For the more joy and harmony and love that you build into today, it is what you shall see tomorrow. This is how reality is created. It is created in the moment. It is not created ahead of time. It is created in the moment. In your day-to-day, in the things that you do, and the things that you think, the things that you align yourself to. Your future is being created right now. So that which you focus upon is what you are creating. So when you focus on the fear, it disaligns you. It aligns you to a past that is no longer a part of you. And you start to create more channels for that. So when you wake up the next day and you still feel the same as you once did, understand that that was what you created. So in order for you to create the reality that you are truly desiring, you must put forth the effort and the energy in today in order to build that future for tomorrow. The only thing that matters is today. It is not tomorrow. It is how you respond to the things that are within your energy field that create your reality. Because the more focus that you put upon it, the larger and larger it becomes. That energy circuit is built strong. It becomes a part of your normal. This is why scientists have always told you that in order to create great significant change, it takes 2 weeks or more. Because everything originates in thought, you see. Everything originates with electricity and circuits within your brain. When you build those pathways of electronic currents that move throughout your brain, it's feeding it energy. And everything is energy, everything's vibration, everything is current. And as that energy current flows through those pathways, it continues to grow and it builds a stronger connection. So when you focus on the fear and you focus on the lack and you begin to see it all around you, it's because your current and your pathways are strong. In order to change that, you must starve those currents and those pathways. We understand that it will not happen overnight. Habits and patterns are hard to break. But if you are consciously aware of the patterns and the habits, then you will know what needs to change in order to create new pathways, new patterns, new behaviors. You must ask yourselves, my dears, what life would you like to live? Truly ask yourselves, what is stopping you from having that life? Now, this is important because if you list something that is outside of you as a reason as to why you cannot have what you desire, then your problem is in your belief. If you believe that something outside of you has more power than you do, then this is the first pathway that you must starve. Nothing in your life occurs without you giving it the capability and the permission to be so. Humanity is not as frail and insignificant as they have been led to believe. This is where you must take charge and responsibility for your own life and understand how powerful and magnificent you truly are. You are not some mere human. You are all made of magic. You are all made in the images of gods and creators. You have immense memories, knowledge, and wisdom beyond your years, eons and eons of years. What many of you need practice on is connecting the neural pathway from within you to the spiritual, where all source of knowledge and wisdom is found. It is found within you. It is not outside of you. Yes, there are things that you can utilize, such as books and other individuals, higher conscious beings on this planet who came here to teach on the masses, to provide you with tools. Understand that these are simply tools. It is not the end all and be all of your knowledge base. It is tools, simply tools to help align you to further growth, further understanding, and further research for yourself as to what you feel aligned to and what does not. Stop looking on the outside of you for the answers, my dears. You will never find it there. The answers lie within you. It lies within the deep stillness of your mind. When you take control and create those neural pathways to the deep stillness that connects you to divine source energy. Does it take time? Yes. Does it take consistency? Yes. Make time, my dears, for your own growth, for your own understanding. Learn more about who you are. Let go of any beliefs or perceptions that you have of what other people have told you you are. Let those go, for that is not who you are. And as you slowly begin to understand who you are, and you start aligning with the things that create harmony and joy in your life, things will slowly begin to change. And as you continue to focus on your day-to-day moments with joy and harmony, the more you will notice that your future creates a massive shift without even trying. And the things that you once feared no longer are present within your life. That is the power of you. When you are consciously aware of your power. That is our message for the collective.
Thank you for that beautiful message for the collective. Can we ask you questions?
You may.
So I do have another question. Here on this planet, with everybody living their life, going throughout their day, every single person, maybe groups of people, I'm not sure, but we're not all living in the same timeline. We're like all in, depending on, I guess, where our focus is, we're all living in different timelines.
Correct. Yes. This occurred in 2020.
How did that happen?
In the midst of crisis. That is when the tower began to crumble. Lightning struck in 2020. People began to panic. And as the panic continued to spread, the cracks began to show. Recognizing this, people began to understand. Am I going to jump from where I am so that I can build something better, or am I going to fall? Everyone gets a choice. And as people begin to choose, that is when it shifted. As people consciously began making choices, that is when everything shifted. So yes, where people are vibrationally is what they experience, which is why now many people are experiencing duality, two totally different experiences in the same place, because it is all about the reality that you have created in your mind. You see, those individuals that experience the opposite of fear, they have a doorway that connects them to infinite potential possibilities. So they just pick a point. But understanding that those who don't have that pathway connected, who don't understand it, who don't consciously work towards it, they're living in their own nightmare. So they themselves are creating their own personal hell, because they don't have a doorway or a pathway that can lead them to something else. So it's like a repeated pattern over and over. And the more that they focus on that which is there, the more they see it.
Very good. Makes sense. Do you have any other message for Eileen?
Not at this time.
Okay. Well, if there is nothing else left to be said at this moment, we thank you We love you. And when Eileen is ready to come back, let her come.
Our pleasure.